Welcome class, let's go ahead and get started. So this is going to be continuing section 1, and this is part 3. All right, so first we're gonna look at adding polynomials. So if I had 2x plus 5, well, let's call that number 1, plus 3x squared plus 2x minus 3. Let's make that a plus 3. I'm just going to bring everything down, right? This is a positive. There's nothing out here to distribute. So I can just go ahead and get rid of these parentheses. So I'm going to get 2x plus 5 plus 3x squared plus 2x plus 3. All right, next I'm gonna see if I have any like terms, and I'm gonna put those next to each other. So I have a 2x there and a 2x there. So those are gonna be like terms. I've got a 5 and a 3, those are like terms. And then my 3x squared doesn't have anything else in common. Now, since the highest exponent here is the 2, that's gonna be the first term that we write. So we're gonna put the 3x squared over here. And then we're going to go to the x's next. 2x plus 2x is going to be 4x. That's positive. And then 5 plus 3 is 8, and that's positive. So there we go. That is it. Combined in my like terms, that is all we're doing. Let's look at another one. Let's say I have 5x squared plus 3x plus 4 plus 2x squared plus 2x plus 8. All right, so, we can even skip that step really. Let's just look at our like terms. I've got 5x squared here and 2x squared here. Let's combine those up. I have 3x and 2x. Let's combine those up. And then I have 4 and 8, and those are gonna add up as well. So everything here is positive, so all we're doing is adding. So 5 plus 2 is 7. Carry down that x squared. 3 plus 2 is 5. Carry down that x, and those are positive. And then 4 plus 8 is 12, and that's a positive. And there we go, that's it. Now let's see what it looks like when they are negative. So let's go ahead and do number 3 down here. So let's say I have 5x squared plus 4x plus 3 minus 2x squared plus 2x plus 2. So we can't just do what we did over here. We can't just do our lines and call it a day. We have to distribute that negative. And we can't just distribute to the first one, because that's the issue I see what happens a lot. I see you guys distribute the negative to the first one and then you call it a day. You have to distribute it to every single one that's inside those parentheses. So we need to do that first. So all these are positives. A positive times a negative is a negative, so let's bring all these down. So minus 2x squared, minus 2x, minus 2. Let's go ahead and bring this one down. Now I can do what we did over here, right? I brought everything down. I distributed the negative to each one. Now we can combine these up. 5 minus 2 would be 3. Bring down that x squared. 4 minus 2 would be a positive 2. Bring down the x. 3 minus 2 is going to give me a positive 1. There is our answer. All right, I'm going to give you one to do on your own. All right, go ahead and take 2 minutes and do that for me, and then we'll come back. All right, let's see how you did. So there's no negatives to distribute, so we can go ahead and just add these up as is. So I've got a 5x squared over here, and I have an x squared over there. If you notice, I don't have any x's, so I'm just gonna bring that one down. And then 8 and 3 are like terms, so we're gonna add those up. 5 plus 2 is gonna give me 7x squared. The 3x just comes on down, plus 3x. And then 8 plus the 3 would give me 11, bring down plus 11. There we go. All right, let me give you another one to do on your own. Oh, no squared there. All right, take 2 minutes and do that one for me. All right, let's see if you got that one right. So first thing we've got to do in this one, since we have a negative, is to distribute that negative to every single thing inside of that parentheses. So negative times x squared is going to give me negative x squared. Negative times 4x is a negative 4x. Negative times 3 is a negative 3. Bring everything down over here. 2x squared plus 8x plus 6. And then combine our like terms. So I've got 2x squared, a negative x squared. We've got an 8x and a negative 4x. We've got a 6 and a negative 3. Well, 2 minus, remember there's an invisible 1 right there, right? So 2 minus 1 is just going to give me 1x squared, or just a plain x squared. 8x minus 4x, 8 minus 4 is 4. Bring down your positive sign and your x. And then 6 minus 3 is 3. Bring down that plus sign. There we go. All right, I'm gonna give you one more to do on your own, and then we'll move on. We're gonna have 2 times 3x plus 2 minus x plus 5. So here we're gonna combine that distributive property that we went over yesterday. We're gonna distribute the negative as well, and then you're gonna combine those terms up. So go ahead and take 2 minutes and do that one for me. All right, let's see if you got it right. So first I'm gonna start to the left. 2 times 3 would be 6, bring down the x. 2 times 2 would be 4. And then you distribute the negative. Negative times x is negative x. Negative times 5 is negative 5. All right, next 6x minus x are like terms. 4 minus 5 are like terms. Well, 6x minus 1x, remember there's that invisible 1. 6 minus 1 is 5, so this is gonna be a 5x. And then 4 minus 5, well, 1's positive, 1's negative, so we're gonna subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. The larger number was that 5, and it was negative, so it's a negative 1. There's our answer. Hopefully you got that right. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to some radical expressions. So if I have x to the 2 over thirds, now this is not equal to x in 2 thirds, right? That is completely different. This would be a fraction. This is an exponent, right? So not equal. This is an exponent, this is a fraction. So we're gonna bring x to the 2 thirds, and we are going to turn that into a radical. Well, if you remember what the radical looks like, it's this line right here. It's kind of got like a check mark in it. We're gonna keep the x, and the number that's on the bottom comes out and around, and the number on the top stays with the x. Let's look at another one. So if I had, let's take a look, 3x to the 2/5. Well, again, we're going to draw our radical sign. The 3x is going to go inside the radical. The 5's on the bottom, right? So it's going to come out and around. And that 2 stays with it. All right, let me give you one to do on your own. Let's see, let's do, oops, sorry for that bell. Please ignore it. All right, we're gonna do y to the 5/8. All right, go ahead and take just 1 minute and try that one for me. All right, let's see if you got it right. So first thing you do is draw that radical. The y goes inside, the 8 comes around, and the 5 stays with it. All right, let's try another one. We're gonna do x to the 3/7. All right, try that one for me. I'll give you 1 minute. All right, let's see how you did. Again, draw that radical. The x goes on the inside, the 7 comes out, and the 3 stays with it. There we go. All right, now let's look at going it in the reverse direction. So this will be number 11. All right, so if I had, we'll do 3 root, we'll do 6 to the 8. So I'm not asking you what is 6 to the 8, all right? We don't need to calculate that out. We just need to turn the radical into a rational exponent. So we're going to keep the number that's down there. So this is going to equal 6. The 3 is going to come back around and under that 8. There we go. All right, let's look at another one. Let's say I have, let's say 4 square root x. We'll make this one an 8 again, and this is gonna have a little bit something different in there. All right, so same thing. This is gonna equal the main character, which is that x right there. The 4 comes around, so we're gonna get 8/4. But now, I can actually say, well, 8 divided by 4 would give me a whole number. So let's do that. 8 divided by 4 is 2, right? So this is the same thing as saying x squared. Those are equivalent terms. All right, let's look at one more, and I'll give you one to do on your own. Oh, sorry for that bell again. Please ignore it. All right. So let's do 3 square root y to the 6. All right, so we're gonna keep that y. We're gonna keep the 6. The 3 is gonna come out and around. Well, 6 divided by 3 is 2, right? So that's gonna give me y squared. All right, let me give you one to do on your own. Number 14. We're gonna do 5 square root a to the 5. Okay, take a minute to do that one, and then we'll check your work. All right, let's see how you did. So this equals, I'm gonna bring the a down. I'm gonna bring that 5 down. That 5 is gonna come around and under. We're gonna get a to the 5/5. Well, anything over itself is just 1, right? So that equals a to the 1. And honestly, anything's always to the 1 power, so I can just write a. A to the 1 is the same thing as just plain old a. All right, let me give you one more to do on your own. We'll do 2 square root y to the 6. All right, take a minute and do that one for me. All right, let's see how you did. You bring the y down, bring the 6 with it. Oh, sorry for that bell again. 2 comes around and under. Well, 6 divided by 2 is 3, right? So we're gonna get y to the 3. There we go.